Hi, I'm JC the NP. Welcome to another video. Today's another question from a viewer. The question is, they've watched a lot of videos, listened to the YouTube videos and the interviews that I've given on contracts, and they're wondering, when is it appropriate to ask for a raise or ask for more money, or how do you know when you're ready? All right, this is not exactly an easy question to answer without going one-on-one with somebody, but I'll try and be as general as I can. You need to know how you make money, okay? You need to know what it is that you do that generates money, okay? If you're in the inpatient setting, are you getting credit for doing inpatient work, or are you just making the doc's life easier by completing the paperwork so they don't have to do it, okay? That in and of itself adds value to what you're doing, but you have to understand that there's no way I can absolutely monetize what they feel like that benefit is, okay? So that's really, really hard to do if you're not generating some kind of income for doing that, okay? Some places you do, most places you don't, so you're actually just providing a quality of life for the physician, okay? If you're doing inpatient stuff for a specialist, okay? The outpatient stuff is generally a little easier if you're not doing a surgical specialty. It's pretty easy to calculate your value if you know what your CPT codes are, if you know what your average insurance breakdown is. All this stuff is easily calculable, okay? You can calculate based off your CPT codes what amount of money you're bringing in. Doing that would allow you to have a pretty decent idea of what you're doing from an income standpoint. And if you want me to break that down, I can. It's really hard to do in this format. I may have to actually cut up a video and do it that way, because there's a lot of math involved, and I have to show you how to break down the value of your work. And this is something that you should know when you come out of school. For instance, a 99213 is worth about $55 to Medicaid on average, depending upon the location, right? It varies based off the zip code, and you can get qualifiers for working in an underserved area. You work in an underserved area, you pay more, you get a higher reimbursement. We always work off of Medicare rates as the lowest common denominator, okay? So if you do that, what you're doing is providing yourself a cushion on your estimation, because all of your insurance patients will reimburse at a higher rate, okay? And if you do that and you understand how that value adds in, then it's pretty easy to determine what you're bringing into the practice. But you have to remember when you do these calculations that you're also covering overhead and you're covering a profit for the business before you've calculated the total value of your salary. You have to calculate everything, okay? And if you do that right, it'll give you a good idea of where you're at and what you have to do in order to be adding extra value to the practice, so you know when to ask for money and what's a reasonable ask, okay? Because if you're only seeing 8 patients a day, you're not making enough money to barely cover your salary, much less cover overhead costs and profit, okay? So you have to cover all of those things. But if you want me to break that down, let me know, and I will try and spend a little bit and do an actual contract thorough review so you guys kind of see how I do it. But it's going to be in a different format. It's definitely going to have to be in a different format. It's going to be significantly longer, all right? Let me know. Let me know in the comments or hit me up on an email. I hope that was helpful. If it wasn't, you know who you are. Email me back, and maybe we can get together and get on a phone call, run through your contract, and try and determine the valuation of it, all right? Any other questions, hit me up. I am JC the NP at yahoo.com, or hit me in the comments. Y'all have a good day.